Scouts say he fights alone, Commander. Then he dies alone.
One sentence. That's all the Bible gives us. One man, one weapon, one victory. Yet somehow that single sentence preserved the name of Shamgar for more than 3,000 years. Long before Israel had kings, before David faced Goliath, before Gideon gathered 300 men, there was another deliverer whose story history almost forgot. His name was Shamgar. Before we understand the man, we must first understand the roads. The highways of ancient Israel were once alive. Merchants crossed the valleys. Families traveled safely. Caravans carried grain, oil, bronze, and wine. The roads were the lifelines of a nation. Then everything changed. The songs faded. The caravans disappeared. The wagons stopped rolling. Deborah remembered those fearful days. In the days of Shamgar, son of Anath, the highways were abandoned and travelers walked along the byways. One verse, an entire nation living in fear. But who was Shamgar? Scripture tells us remarkably little. No genealogy, no tribe, no birthplace, no family history, no account of his youth, no record of his death, only a name. But perhaps the greatest mystery wasn't Shamgar's name, it was his title, son of Anath. Who or what was Anath? To the ancient Canaanites, Anath was the feared goddess of war, remembered in ancient literature as a relentless warrior. Whether those stories reflected myth or belief, her reputation spread across the ancient Near East. And that is where the mystery deepens. For centuries, many assumed son of Anath referred simply to a family line. Then archaeology uncovered something unexpected. Bronze Age arrowheads dating to the late Bronze Age carried the inscription Ben-Anath, son of Anath. Not once, but repeatedly. To many historians, this changed everything. What if son of Anath was never describing a father? What if it described a profession? Some scholars now believe Ben-Anath was a military title carried by elite frontier warriors. Men who escorted caravans through dangerous passes, protected merchants from raiders, recovered stolen livestock, tracked bandits across the frontier. When innocent travelers vanished from the highways, these were often the warriors sent to bring them home. Their reputation was earned one battle at a time. If this interpretation is correct, Shamgar may once have stood among them, not merely a farmer, not merely a warrior, but one of the frontier's guardians, a man whose duty was to keep the roads open so ordinary people could live ordinary lives. Which makes Deborah's words all the more tragic. The highways were abandoned. Perhaps the guardians had vanished, or perhaps only one remained. Many historians believe neither Shamgar nor son of Anath are traditionally Hebrew. Some scholars suggest Hurrian or Anatolian roots. If that interpretation is correct, Shamgar may once have protected caravans, guarded highways, and lived between kingdoms where danger never slept. Whatever his life had been before, the man we meet now lives quietly among fields, animals, harvests, and ordinary work. Then the silence changes. Birds erupt into the sky. Smoke rises over distant hills. The frontier is burning. Philistine raiders sweep across the countryside. Villages burn. Families flee. The roads become places of fear. Suddenly, Deborah's words become reality. The highways were abandoned.
"60 spears for one farmer. Hardly worth the march." Scouts say he fights alone, Commander. Then he dies alone.
Something is moving out there.
No one chooses the moment history comes calling. Shamgar reaches not for the weapon of a soldier, but for the tool already in his hands. An ox-goad, a farmer's staff. Simple, ordinary. History has seen this before. The greatest moments rarely begin with extraordinary weapons. They begin with ordinary people making extraordinary decisions. The dust settled, Scripture recorded the outcome in only one sentence. After Ehud came Shamgar, son of Anath, who struck down 600 Philistines with an ox-goad, and he too delivered Israel. History remembers kings for the kingdoms they built, yet every so often it remembers the person who simply stood when everyone else could not. Those are the stories we uncover here. The forgotten kings, the overlooked warriors, the battles that shaped biblical history, the moments between the verses. If you enjoyed this journey into the life of Shamgar, subscribe to Kings and Warriors of Faith, where scripture, history, archaeology, and cinematic storytelling come together. Leave a comment and tell us which forgotten biblical warrior we should uncover next.